Content Explorer is a tool that highlights the connections between content standards and assessment targets. Its easy-to-use format provides quick access to grade-level content information for English language arts and mathematics. The tool provides transparency for smarter balanced test development and design, bridging the gap between the language of test developers and educators. Before we begin, let's review the connection between content standards and smarter balanced assessment claims and targets. Content standards describe what students should know and be able to do at each grade level in math and English language arts, also known as ELA. These standards help ensure students are prepared for college and career. Smarter balanced assessment targets are connected to the standards. A target can be a single standard, a part of a standard, or a group of standards. Additionally, a standard or a part of a standard can appear in more than one target. Since standards can be defined by each state or territory, the targets were developed to describe the knowledge and skills students will be asked to demonstrate on smarter balanced assessments. Claims are summary statements of student knowledge and skills measured by a collection of related targets. There are 4 claims for ELA and 4 claims for math. For ELA, the claims are Claim 1, reading, Claim 2, writing, Claim 3, speaking and listening, and Claim 4, research and inquiry. The math claims are Claim 1, concepts and procedures, Claim 2, problem solving, Claim 3, communicating reasoning, and Claim 4, modeling and data analysis. Think of claims, targets, and standards as books on a bookshelf. The claims are the shelves that house the books, or the targets. The books, or targets, are made up of the pages, or standards. To explain how claims, targets, and standards work together, think of a full bookshelf. The shelf that houses the books is the claim. Each book is a different target, and each book is made up of different pages, which are the standards. When a standard appears in more than one target, those pages can be found in more than one book. Now that we've reviewed the connection between claims, targets, and standards, let's check out the Smarter Content Explorer homepage. The site was designed to offer easy navigation and quick access to content. Test developers and teachers can dive into the content for multiple uses. Select Explore to generate search results based on filtered information using claims, targets, and standards. Select Test Development to access resources about the development and design of the assessments. These examples may include relevant vocabulary, rubrics, and accessibility guidelines. You can also select Support to learn more about terms to know, accessibility information, and common questions and answers. Information icons are available throughout the site for additional support. Let's use the tool to learn more about claims, targets, and standards for a given subject and grade. I'll start by selecting 6th grade and English Language Arts. Next, I'll choose Claim 4, Research and Inquiry. Now I need to decide, do I want to select a target or a standard? I'll choose a target. ELA targets are organized numerically and include the target description. I'll select Target 2, Analyze and Integrate Information. After I select the target, the related standards appear. By selecting results, a resource card displays all the information selected. Depending on the selected content search, you may get 1 or more resource cards. The next step is to select More. This will generate a link to the sample item website and an option to download a PDF with the information from the search. It is important to note that the PDF is customizable to include only the information you want to save or print. As you scroll down, a hover bar will provide quick access to the following resources. Overview takes you back to the top of the page. Standards displays related standards. Clarifications gives details about the skills being measured by the target. Range ALDs, also known as achievement level descriptors, give content-specific explanations of the knowledge, skills, and processes that students display at different levels of achievement. Evidence statements reflect what students should be able to do related to the standards, and item guidelines contain several pieces of information, including depth of knowledge, commonly referred to as DOK, which shows the cognitive processing needed to complete the task, the allowable item types used to measure the target, stimuli that is relevant to the content, like passages, audio, web pages, or scenarios for students to react to, and accessibility, which gives ideas for accessibility and accommodations for students. The last resource on the hoverbar is Task Models, which provides a template of how a test item should be written to elicit student skills and knowledge of the standards. This includes target evidence statement, task description, stimulus, appropriate stems, and scoring rules. To discover more about test development and design and its connection to everyday instructional practices, visit the Smarter Balance Content Explorer today at contentexplorer.smarterbalanced.org.